Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to Viva ENT. We're live at the Tacoma Dome at the Tacoma Wedding Expo. So, you're going to hear this about 1 o'clock this afternoon, and the show is going to be open till 4. And we want you to come down and visit us, especially if you have anything going on with as far as a wedding or wedding services, so on and so forth. Also, we're going to be here tomorrow, Sunday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. This is Johnny the Capo. You're listening to Viva ENT. I'm here in my booth with my producer, John Burton, my co-host, the fabulous Becka Page. Did you get that, Becka? Okay. I'm posing for a picture, folks. And I have Marquise Milano here in the booth with us today. Right now, we're interviewing a handsome gentleman, Jeff Wilson from Seabrook. Say hello, Jeff.
Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for having me on, Johnny. Thanks for having me on.
Always a pleasure to have you on. You've been a guest on our show many times. And, you are kicking some serious butt down at Seabrook. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, it has been quite a while since I've been on your show. Kind of a big shot radio host these days, and it's tough to get in on your schedule. So
I'm telling you,
happy to be on here. Yeah, we've been rocking Seabrook. This is going to be our third year doing weddings out there, and what we are is we're a vacation resort town on the Washington coast.
Destination wedding.
Yeah. It's about 2 hours here from Tacoma. It's located just about 10 minutes north of Ocean Shores, right in Moclips, Pacific Beach area. If you're familiar with Highway 101 there on the Washington coast.
And if you haven't been to Seabrook, it looks like a movie set. It looks like right out of a movie.
It really does. And over at our booth here at the Tacoma Wedding Show, if you get a chance to come out, we've got some great photos and great videos. And there's an interview with a bride, and that's exactly what she said. She said that, one of the reasons she attracted her to Seabrook is it was just like a movie set.
Absolutely.
And everything was just perfect, and that's awesome for photos. But it's really a great place to show up with your family and friends, stay the weekend, visit your family and friends for the whole weekend, not just for one day. You get to see your Uncle Sal you haven't seen in 10 years,
Uncle Vinny. Exactly.
And you get to hang out and you have dinner and you drinks, and you don't have to worry about anybody driving because everybody's staying on property. And I don't know, it's I'm thinking about getting married a second time now, thinking about this. So no, it's a really fun place to the vacation visit, but it's extra special for weddings.
Yeah, and when I drive into Seabrook, I get this big smile on my face because it's such a cool place. And the atmosphere, you got that clean, beautiful ocean air, and you have this wonderful energy going on. The karma is marvelous. It's incredible to be there.
It really is. And, we just hit the 300 mark on the homes on the property. So we've got all kinds of different styles of homes, small, large, different styles. Our retail district's actually picking up right now. We just put in a new pizza place that's rocking,
cool.
and a candy shop, ice cream shop, and right next to it, of course, is the gym. We just put a gym in, so
marvelous.
Pretty excited about that. And coming in 2017,
oh boy,
my wife and I's new spa is going to be going up. We're working on the plans right now.
Excellent. So. Well, congratulations to all that.
Yeah, it's an exciting place to be around and to work for, and I actually live there, so
it's a cool thing.
I'm all in.
Another cool thing is that my company, Viva Productions, Wedding DJ, Wedding Photography, has many opportunities to be there, thanks to you, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, actually, we just had our New Year's Eve party out there at our town hall, our venue.
That's correct.
And Viva Productions rocked the evening with the music, and Vegas Nights did the blackjack, and it was popular and a lot of good feedback. So we're gonna run it back for next year. We had a really good time.
Very good. Well, I'll put it on the books. Vegas Nights is my casino entertainment company, which goes hand in hand with the DJ. So it really works marvelously. Becka, did you have any questions for Jeff? Why don't you come in here and get on the air and talk to your buddy Jeff Wilson? Oh, she's posting? Oh, she's posting.
Social media action.
I like the post. Did
Yeah.
you get a decent shot of me, dear?
Not a bad side on this handsome gentleman over here.
Well, we will get Becka Page on the radio. Jeff, pleasure to have you on the show.
Pleasure to see you. Thanks for having me on.
We're at the Tacoma Wedding Expo. Jeff Wilson's here in his booth representing Seabrook. Come down, say hi, and ask us the questions because we got the straight skinny for you. Thank you so much. Stay tuned, folks, because we got lots of guests coming on the show today here at the Tacoma Dome.
Live this morning from the Tacoma Dome at Washington State's biggest wedding expo, bridesclub.com. You can just come on down today or tomorrow. The show goes until 4 o'clock today. Yeah, so we have plenty of time and all day tomorrow. So go to bridesclub.com to see the times. I am so excited because we are having lots of different wedding vendors, wedding professionals on the show today, and I'm lucky enough to have one of my favorite photographers in the entire universe on. This is Ben Lucas, owner of Nom Creative, and his photography is super special and stunning. So welcome, Ben.
Thank you. I hope I live up to the hype.
Well, you do. Just go to the website. What's your website? It's nomcreative.com?
Yes, the website is Nom Creative. If you're having trouble spelling that, it's nom 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 nom.
Nom,
as
nom,
in nomcreative.com.
And when you were talking to the deer down in Ocean Shores, did you see the pictures?
No, I haven't
Yeah,
yet.
he Dr. Doolittle deers. So anyway, back to photography. What you do, there's a lot of photographers here. It's a fierce competition, and your photos you have over there are completely unique to everyone else's. What is it that I mean, you're a pro. You teach courses and you know all sorts of stuff about photo editing and special. I mean, I don't know. I'm a very novice photographer, but what is it that makes your shot so different?
Yeah, absolutely. So my background is actually commercial advertising. So I worked with models doing those magazine quality shots that you see and that make you envious and say, I wish I could look like that.
Sure.
And I did that before I did wedding photography. So I translate all that commercial work, all that very high fashion for Vogue for the ladies, GQ for the guys. Mm-hmm. And I turn that into wedding photography, and I'm really creating the showstopper, that really big art piece in your home that's going to make people stop and want to talk about it.
That's awesome. So that is one thing that's a little different about you. I watch photographers. I've done over 500 weddings, so I watch them and work with them. And it seems like there's very few who do what you do, where some just shoot the moment and they're there and just taking pictures, but it really makes a difference when you take them out to a special spot and you're posing them and telling them like how to turn their bodies and all of that to get that perfect shot.
Absolutely. Not everyone is 100% comfortable in front of the camera, and that's my specialty. I want you to feel comfortable and look the absolute best that you can. If you think about it like a movie, I'm the director.
Sure.
So you have all the actors, you have the script, it's all done and it's all rolling, but now you need the camera guy to actually make that all happen and bring together that final moments.
Okay,
Had a
someone
little
just
DJ booth
blasted
there.
us out. So after you get done, you work a full day, and a lot of brides don't realize when they see the prices of photography packages, and they're like, well, that's not fair. Why are they charging thousands of dollars? They're only going to be at a wedding for like 7 hours. There's so much more that goes into this.
Absolutely. So when you hire me, it is complete help from beginning to end. So there's consultations, there's planning. Your engagement session runs more like a fashion session. So we don't just show up at a location and wing it. There's a lot of planning that goes into that, and I help you along the way. I'll help you plan your timeline. I'll help you find vendors. Really, I'm a complete open book. Cool. I limit the number of weddings that I do every year, so that way every couple has complete attention, and I help you from A to Z. And then 2 weeks after your wedding, your photos are done, and then I sit down with you and help you pick out the best ones for your album, and I do all the album's designs. So a month after your wedding, everything's done, and you don't have to do a thing.
That's crazy. So I love how you mentioned timeline. So every year that I do weddings, I learn a little bit more. You know, you're always constantly growing and learning.
Absolutely.
One thing I've really learned in 2015 is that good photographers, have a timeline. DJs
For sure.
who are producing the event and producing the timeline of the wedding with the guests have their own timeline. So what I've been starting to do is when I meet with my clients or a separate meeting with the photographers, hey, let's compare apples to oranges here and make it work. Because certain things like in the summertime sunset photos, August, sunsetting, close to 9 o'clock.
Absolutely.
So what do you do once you get done with your traditional events and they're like right in the middle of cutting the cake or something happens and it's like we can't beat the sun. The sun has to go down.
Absolutely.
And the photographer needs those shots. So that's what I'm trying to work around, is keeping the guests entertained with.
You actually have a 30 to 45 minute window where you can get that sunset shot. Even if the sun goes down, you have what's called golden hour, where you have that beautiful twilight. So you might not have the actual sun in the photo if it's dipped below the horizon, but you have about a half-hour window where any shot you take outside looks fantastic. So there's definitely only a couple minutes to get that shot. So anywhere in that half-hour window and you're solid.
Yeah, and then so you try to do your formals before the ceremony normally?
If a couple doesn't want to see each other going down the aisle and they're open to doing a first look, absolutely. I love doing that. That way you don't have a really long extended cocktail hour where guests are standing around waiting. Yeah,
I know. That's the hard part is this is why you don't hire a friend who owns a camera. Please don't do that. Hire a professional. They know exactly how to plan your time and not waste the guest's time, too. So, Ben, it was a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much.
Everybody, go to nomcreative.com. Check out his website. He does all sorts of fabulous stuff. He is running back to his booth because we are selling today. And we will be back with another fabulous guest.
I'm here at the Tacoma Dome with my buddy and pal, Jeremiah Kahn from the Seattle Hilton. You know, we have a big open house coming January 31st at the Seattle Hilton. Tell all our listeners about it, Jeremiah Kahn.
That's me. I'm back for more. Johnny, I'm so excited for this open house. It's going to be packed full of great vendors, great food. We're going to stage the ballroom for a wedding so you can kind of imagine yourself getting married at the Hilton. It's going to be a really good time, like it always is.
It's going to be a great time. It's our third or fourth show open house we've done there.
Actually our fifth one.
And you know they get better every single time.
Better every single time. I mean, where else do you get free parking in downtown Seattle?
And champagne and food.
Champagne and food, and get to scope out some wedding vendors. It's a great time.
You can go all the way to the top of the Hilton.
The top of the Hilton, our newest meeting space that is located on the 29th floor of the hotel, overlooks the whole Seattle skyline, Puget Sound. Amazing for a wedding, rehearsal dinner.
29 floors, baby. 29 floors.
Floors are beautiful.
Yes.
I love it.
And, you know, the magic is, Jeremiah, that it's a downtown Seattle venue.
Right in the heart.
You are competitively and reasonably priced. You're priced to sell.
Oh, yeah. Price to sell. You know, no price is out of the question for us. We're willing to work with all different types of budgets and showcase our beautiful new space. So, yeah, definitely the hotel's located right at the corner of 6th and University, heart of downtown. Perfect for all different types of rehearsal dinners, wedding events. It's great.
So now, you're here at the Tacoma Dome. You have a booth right across from my booth.
This is true.
You're going to be at the Everett Tacoma Wedding Expo.
We're going to be at the Everett Wedding Expo on the 24th and 25th, and
then the
following weekend back at our hotel.
That's right.
So it's going to be a good time.
Yeah. Any specials, corporate specials, wedding specials off the top of your head?
Yeah, you know, we're actually doing a big wedding show promotion going on right now.
Tell me all about it.
A whole bunch of different, so you can get, we'll actually do complimentary champagne toast or past appetizers, your choice. We're going to do a free dance floor for you, or 10% off your food and beverage minimum. So you get to pick two from that list.
You know, I'm not going to say a lot of venues, but venues do charge you for every little extra thing.
Yeah, they hit you for a room rental. You know, they're going to hit you for a food and beverage minimum, setup fees. You know, I don't believe in a lot of that crap.
I don't either. I don't do it with my company either.
I want you to spend your money on tangible items, good food, good memories, you know, beautiful decor. That's where I want you to spend your money, you know, and I become your wedding planner. I mean, I think I've done over 1,000 weddings at this point, you know, so you aren't just getting, you know, a sales manager that's going to pass you on to someone else. You're getting someone that actually cares about your day. You know, that makes a big difference.
That makes a big, big difference. And the thing is, you have, like you said, over 1,000 weddings under your belt. You got the eye.
Oh, yeah. I've seen it all, done it all. No request is out of the ordinary for me. I've done antlers as centerpieces before, believe it or not.
No question about it.
No doubt.
And so, what's the capacity of upstairs for a small wedding?
So I think the magic number for the top of the Hilton is 100.
That's cool.
And if you're coming in at that size, you can also do the ceremony downstairs in the ballroom, and then do the whole dinner upstairs. And then for the larger events, we can do up to 250 in the ballroom downstairs. And in those particular situations, we'll give you the whole top floor. There's an executive lounge on the left side that's usually only reserved for the gold and diamond Hilton members. But when you bring a large large event to us, we'll close it down for you. And that doesn't happen very often.
So basically what you're telling our listeners is that if they book the ballroom,
If they book the ballroom
at capacity,
at capacity, we will close down the entire top of the Hilton. So usually,
basically giving it to them.
Basically giving it to them, exactly. I mean, usually we will, keep the left side open for those guests, but when it's a big enough event, we'll shut it down for you. You get the whole top to yourself. That's
a
pretty
big
amazing.
score, man.
Yeah, it's about I think if you include that left side, about 5,000 square feet upstairs, and then another 4 downstairs.
Well, I've been to the Hilton many, many times, and I love the Hilton. And one of the reasons that I really dig it is the view from the 29th floor is like no other view in the whole city.
I mean, it used to be a restaurant. I mean, this hotel it's very special. It's been around since 1950, so it's got a really nice history to it. And, something else, this year is Hilton's 96th birthday. I think that says a lot. Hilton was the first hotel company in the world.
Man.
Then came Marriott, then all these other hoo-has, but Hilton did it first.
That's
and
right.
96 years of reputation behind us, that says a lot, too.
Jeremiah, tell our listeners how they can get a hold of you, the website, the whole spill.
Yep, so you can always call me. That's the best way. My direct is 206-695-6060, or always our website, seattle.hilton.com. Or, of course, come pay me a visit. I will buy you drinks and booze and show you the lay of the land. So,
ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to my pal and buddy, Jeremiah Kahn from Seattle Hilton.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being on the show, and let's kick some butt here at the Tacoma Wedding Expo today, pal.
Let's kick it.
All right. We're live at the Tacoma Dome. I'm here with Eddie Redman from Grand Event Rentals, one of the sponsors of Viva ENT. Eddie, say hi to our listeners.
Hello there.
Hello there. And you know what? This is this is one of the biggest shows of the year.
It is. It's sold out.
It's sold out. It's the January Tacoma Wedding Expo. Eddie's going to be here till 4 o'clock with his booth and his staffing tomorrow, too, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eddie, tell our listeners all about you and what you do with your company.
Well, Grand Event Rentals. We're a full-service rental house. Tables, chairs, linens, china, silverware.
Dance floors.
Dance floors, stages, tents. And all kinds of other little decor stuff. Just come by the booth and look at what kind of details you can put in your event.
You always have the coolest booth. It's immaculate. You got all those nice accessories, for weddings. You're a one-stop shop, basically.
We are, although I can't take credit for the design. I add my opinion from time to time, but our event planners in-house do a really good job with it. They stay with the trends. I mean, people don't understand. We actually follow trends, look at magazines, and come up with ideas and try to come up with inexpensive things that won't break the bank for the wedding or fundraiser or whatever kind of event you're doing.
Well, inexpensive is a good word because, a lot of the companies out there are just out there to bleed you out of every dollar you ever made in your life.
That's true. And then you go onto Pinterest and you see these great pictures, but they cost $1 million to do.
Correct.
So it's like, what can you do that won't break the bank and still make it look, spectacular?
And also, when they talk to you or they talk to me, we tell them the real skinny, and we tell them how the real world looks.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, it's not all champagne and caviar.
Well, it can be, but it's going to cost you.
Exactly, yeah. If you need something for that, we could supply it, but yeah, it's not practical all the time.
Well, I know you want to get back to your booth, Eddie, and it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Let's get you on in the studio live maybe next week or the week after.
All right, sounds good. Always glad to go out there and educate the public.
Tell our listeners how they can get a hold of you, your website.
grandrents.com. Phone number is 425-462-7368. And go to the website. There's a whole photo gallery on there of all kinds of ideas and colors and setups.
Love it. Thank you, Eddie.
All right. Thank you, Johnny.
Becka Page with Viva ENT. We are live from the Tacoma Dome at Washington's biggest wedding expo, the Brides Club Tacoma Dome Wedding Expo. We have been talking to some fabulous vendors, and I'm so excited to come over and grab this venue. This is brand new. It's called Brookstrom Creek. You guys are located in Buckley.
Correct.
Beautiful venue.
Yes.
Just getting started.
Yes, yeah. Newest venue in Pierce County.
Wow. So tell our listeners what you have, because you have a lot to offer.
We do. We are on about 7 acres. It's country kind of farmland. We have beautiful backdrop, foothills backdrop. We have a stage with a pergola arbor that we built. Plenty of photography areas, nice backdrops with a
That's important.
wooden, it's nice like vertical lines and things that photographers just love. A lot of plant landscaping that we've been working on the last couple of years. So really been building this up.
You've been working hard.
Oh, definitely.
Really
Yes,
working hard.
yes.
You have I saw something too. You have like a fire pit or.
Yes,
something
we
like
are
that?
making a custom fire pit, and that's one of the amenities that they can add on to their weddings. We have a lot of bistro tables and chairs, lighted canopy area.
Great.
And that's all things that can be added to their reception area.
The fire pits are huge in
Yes,
the summer.
yes,
Huge.
yeah, and
Especially
we're
when the
just
sun goes
s'more
down, it gets
things.
cold, and
Yeah.
people want to make s'mores.
Right.
and-
Well, and we've got s'mores not just for the kids, but and then we also have like an animal viewing area that we have just to the side, off to the side, that we have some pigs, goats, chickens, and the kids can come in
How
and check
fun
that out.
is that?
Yeah, and, weddings, kids get kind of bored,
Oh my
and so
gosh.
yeah, it's.
I
and
have a
not to
hard
mention-
time DJing at venues like that because I always want to
Yeah,
go over
well,
and look
that's-
at the animals.
Yeah, one of the couples that came out, they were just in love with the animals. They spent more time over there with the animals than they did looking at the rest of the venue. So.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
so cool!
Yeah.
And so you today at the Tacoma Dome, today and tomorrow, you guys are here, and you were doing a drawing for $150 off every hour.
Every hour, yeah. We've got a little contact card. You come into our booth, you fill out the card, drop it in the box, and every hour we're going to draw one of the cards, and we'll email the clients and let them know that they're a winner. And if they book there, then they get $150 off.
And Angie, your other half,
Yes, my
was
fiance Angie.
she was also telling me, putting the bug in my ear, that she's priced the other venues around you, and you guys come in way
We
under.
are, yes, and that was kind of what we had planned when we started building this. We've done weddings out there in the past, just to kind of on the side, friends and family, and they were always saying, "You guys got to open up a business." And so we started this a couple of years ago, and we looked around at all the venues, and we're one of the lower number-wise. 150, 250 guests is what we're looking at. We're not huge, so we don't have to take on too much. And when we looked at pricing, we thought we can do this for a lot less than what people are doing in the same kind of venues.
That's great.
So-
Our company's all about saving brides money.
Well, that's
all
it's-
about it.
Why why not?
You want to have a nice wedding, but I just don't feel that they should put the cost of a 20% down payment on a home into
Exactly.
a wedding.
Yes.
They have a
yes.
future ahead of them.
Right.
So that's
And one
so
of the other
important.
big things that we have found that people really like is we're very flexible for vendors. We have recommended vendors that we want to work with that we've spent a lot of time with developing and helping them design our whole area.
Mm-hmm.
And we've picked some that we really can trust and that we recommend, and those are on our website. But you can hire whoever you want. So if people have their own caterers they want or a special photographer they want, they're welcome to anybody they want.
Super important.
So very flexible on that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. But it's great to have a trusted vendors list too.
Definitely, yeah.
Because some brides just have no clue.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So-
Yeah. And that's what I said. We spend a lot of time with them, so we know that these are ones we recommend.
And another fun fact about your venue is Brookstrom Creek is that Angie was telling me there's a bar down the street.
Yes.
Where she can actually book an after party and reserve
Yes.
tables.
Yeah. We're in the city limits, so we have to close at 9.
Mm-hmm.
And they have an hour for cleanup, so at 10 everyone's off the property. But we're one of our vendors. They do the catering as well as they own the bar in town.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she would reserve areas, tables, put things aside if they want to have after-hours parties, set that up ahead of time. And it's real close. And if we have overflow parking, she said they could park there too
That's
as
so
well.
cool.
So a place to go when the wedding's over. 9 o'clock still
Yeah.
pretty early for a lot of people, and
Yeah.
so if they want to continue on and.
I see
right
it all
there.
the time too. Venues have
Yeah.
bars close by.
Oh, yeah.
They the bartenders, everything's just about done. Last call. Okay, we're moving the party.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. Why
Makes
not?
for a better night.
And she has live music there a lot of times, so
fun.
just depending on what's going on. Yeah, it's really nice.
Great. So
Yeah.
once again, everybody, this is Brookstrom Creek, Pierce County's newest venue.
Yep.
They are giving away $150 off every single hour. So come on
right.
down
Come
to
by,
the
stop by
Tacoma
our
Dome
booth.
Wedding Expo and
Yes.
come and visit.
Check
Bob
out our
and Angie.
website, brookstromcreek.com.
BrookstromCreek.com.
Yep.
So we're back live on the radio with Miss Jessica Pagan of Passion Parties. She has no idea what's going on right now.
No, I
but
don't.
That's okay. So sorry. It's getting silly time. All the brides are coming in. There's a lot of buzz in
There
here.
is. There's a lot of brides here. It's very, very full. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Basically, we're winging it. We're just talking about why Passion Parties is here. What do you provide to brides?
Oh my goodness, what do I provide? I provide so much fun.
Sexy fun.
Oh my goodness. It's fun for like everybody. It's not just couples, it's solos, it's men, female, it doesn't matter. Whatever.
Floats your boat.
Pretty much. Yeah, no, we have an arrangement of different lotions, potions,
buzzers.
notions, and buzzers, and all sorts
And
of,
hummers.
you know it. And Valentine's Day here is, whew.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Don't even understand.
It's coming.
Yes.
So, one thing is super fun, bachelorette parties.
Yes.
And you do those?
Yes, we do bachelor parties.
And so you bring stuff and show it off and
Yes.
sell it.
So
and
what we do,
giggle.
pretty much, we laugh about the big ol', fun. And then so I come to your house and set up a little presentation, and we can play games. We can do whatever you want to. And my job is to spoil the bride. So my bride usually walks out with about $300 to $400 in free stuff.
Shut
So-
the front door.
No, it's amazing.
God.
And I like to be spoiled, so why not spoil even more? So I even kind of spoil a little bit more, so especially my brides. But even if you're not doing like a bachelorette party right now, let's just get the girls together, have some fun, pop a bottle of wine, whatever you want to do, and just chill. Give me 2 hours and you're gonna have
not
fun.
into the hard sale.
No,
not
no,
at all. You're into
no.
throwing a party. It's passion parties.
Exactly.
It's a party. So a lot of people don't get that. Like
No.
you get another vendor in, like say, which has nothing to do with what you do, but like say Mary Kay.
Yeah.
They come over and they sit on your couch and they
Yeah.
pull out a little box and they show.
Exactly.
No, not what you do.
No. You're able to feel it, smell it, taste it, play
Yeah.
with it.
Play music. and
Exactly.
like you said, you can drink, have some wine.
Yes.
and
Oh my
just have
goodness.
fun.
A bottle of wine with some crackers, and you're good. You're good.
Awesome.
And I even bring a bottle too. So
You do.
yes,
Dang, girl.
with all my hostesses, I bring a bottle of wine.
You've been doing this for a while.
Yes, I have 4 years.
4 years. So you're pretty successful in
Yes,
this industry.
I'm an executive director and a national certified trainer with Passion Parties. I've earned a trip to Cancun for me and my husband, all expense paid. This last May, I'm
Do they
working
give
on
you
a
supplies?
right.
Uh-huh.
I'm working on a trip to Costa Rica. I'm hoping we're doing good. I have 3 kids, and I stay at home, and this is the only thing I do.
That's amazing.
I literally sit in bed in the morning and watch Netflix and Hulu after the kids go to sleep or off to school, and I can either sleep or do whatever I want to do, and then party on the weekends.
That's crazy.
Yeah, love
Oh
it.
my God.
Love it.
So people can come and see you. How do they contact you if they either want to get involved in throwing parties or come to plan a party or buy products from you?
Exactly. I have a website called yourpassionhelper.com.
Yourpassionhelper.com.
Yep. And then also they can call me or text me. And are we going to?
Yeah, go ahead. Put your phone number.
My phone number is 253-670-0735. If you contact me and you hear this right here, just say, hey, I heard you on the radio, and I'm going to give you an extra goodie.
And you're a goody girl.
Exactly. I
Awesome.
like it.
And so all of your information also is going to be up on YouTube, and it'll
Sweet.
be out there. So you'll have an opportunity to share that with other people.
Nice.
too,
And
so.
they can take a look on the website. They can shop there. They can request to host a party for me, but they have to go to my website. If they don't, then they go to someone.
Yourpassionhelper.com.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't want to get them sent up to like Canada on accident because that can
Right.
happen in the lead rotation. So
Yeah, I went through that once. Not with you, but someone else. I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and order some stuff here. And they're like, you called Cancun.
yeah, and they can even order straight on my website too. Everything is shipped directly confidentially through them. So it comes in a brown box and it says nothing about Passion Parties. So your UPS person won't know what kind of fun items you have in there.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Jessica.
Yeah, thank you for having
Good
me.
luck at the show today.
I know,
Have fun.
right? I can't go wait to rock it.
I know. I'll be over later, baby.
Woo!
Okay. So we are lucky enough to have one of the most premier vendors at the Tacoma Wedding Expo joining us right now. If you have not seen her work, you have to. This is one of the best photographers in Washington State, period.
Aw,
Miss
so sweet.
Autumn Rudolph. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing good.
Good. So, are you enjoying the show so far?
Yeah, so far it's awesome. I love the huge influx when we first opened the doors. Yeah, that was great.
So you've kind of made a big time. I've seen you in some pretty big vlogs. You're shooting weddings.
Working on it, shooting weddings and boudoir, yeah.
And boudoir. So
Yes.
let's talk about boudoir because
Oh,
I
yeah.
see you're really huge on social media pushing boudoir, and you're really getting an excellent response.
Yeah.
Lately.
Mhm.
So, what's the whole purpose of doing boudoir photography? Because
So my purpose for doing boudoir photography is I really just want to empower women. I think a lot of women grew up feeling less than confident or just every day we look in the mirrors and we, instead of looking at the positives, we tend to nitpick at ourselves.
Sure.
It's just the nature of being a woman, honestly. I've got acne, I've got cellulite, I get it. So my goal with Boudoir is just to really empower and uplift women. I don't believe in sizes and I don't believe in ages. I don't believe in anything like that. This is for all women.
Absolutely. Now, something you really learn with age. I remember, well, I was cheerleader, dance team, everything in high school, but I was a size 9. And back then, that was huge. And so I always felt super self-confident. And now I look back at the pictures like, damn, I was banging back then. So, you are really super oversensitive about the way you look. And the older you get, the more you start to realize, there's a lot of women that are my size and up. And you just have to be comfortable with the skin you're in and flaunt what you got.
Yep.
I mean, I am totally comfortable. I love how I look. If I could change one thing, I'd probably take my arms down a little bit. But that's about it. I like my booty and I like the way I look. But, in some women, they don't have the same features that you see with supermodels, and I'm super happy about the extra skinny models starting to be banned, because there's always been this image that women need to be unhealthy and starve themselves.
And it's so ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Just be comfortable with the way you are. So, you have your butt's a little flat or your boobs are a little
I can give
small.
anyone a great booty.
Yeah, see?
Yes, I can.
You've got, you do a good job with it.
Just come get a boudoir shoot. I will give you a butt.
And you have clothes if they want it, right?
Yes.
Or they can bring their own.
Yeah, so new this year, I'm introducing a boudoir closet. So when you book your boudoir experience, not only is it hair and makeup, not only is it a really uplifting, inspiring shoot, but there's also a boudoir closet there. So if you're struggling with outfit ideas or you're not quite sure what to bring, I have things for you. So it's just another level to providing a great experience.
And I was on your website the other day because I was snooping because I'm actually thinking about doing it.
Oh, you should.
I know, right? We can have so much fun with this. But I was looking, you said you provide a stylist, too.
A hair and makeup stylist. Yeah, hair and makeup artist, yeah.
Wow. That's great for a lot of women because they just don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I mean, day to day, I can do my makeup okay, but for a boudoir shoot, and I mean, really, anytime you're being photographed, makeup and hair appears differently on camera than it does in person. So when a woman sees her images, I want her just to feel like she is the most amazing, beautiful woman ever in the world, and just to see herself in a totally different light. Yeah. And for me, it's important that her hair and makeup is on point. So.
Sure. Absolutely. Well, you get these pictures, you're going to treasure them for the rest of your lives.
Yes.
So
exactly.
what do you usually do with them afterwards? So do you get prints? Do they put them in books? How do they do that?
So when you book the boudoir experience, part of that is a premiere viewing session. So we sit down together after your shoot. You get to see all your images, and you get to pick out which ones you really love. And I have albums that make great groom's gifts, anniversary gifts, any kinds of gifts, or just something for yourself. I also, if you want something beautiful in like a master bedroom or bathroom, I have fine art prints, I have gallery canvases. Really, you can do anything that you want. Every woman gets to create her own package, and I also have digital images as well. So
cool.
It's all there, so they get to pick what they want. Yeah.
Wow. You are a fabulous photographer.
Oh, thank
Stunning.
you. Well, I love you. You're the best DJ ever.
So everybody, we have been talking to Autumn Rudolph, and her website is autumnlrudolph.com. If you just pretty much go to Google and type in Autumn it'll pop up on Google. It does.
I mean, hopefully.
Yeah, it really does. You're at the top of the Google. So just
awesome.
Everybody just Google Autumn Rudolph, just like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yes.
And photography, and you'll find her. Go to her website, check it out. Amazing photos. So thank you so much for your time.
Yeah,
good luck today.
You.
I'm Brad Buckles with bridesclub.com. We are here this morning with a very good friend of mine, Mike Abella, who's got a company called 1,000 Words, which is kind of interesting considering you probably shoot 1,000 photographs at every wedding too, don't you?
Maybe not quite 1,000, but yeah, we shoot a lot of photos at weddings, and yeah.
So 1,000 words equals a photograph, or a photograph equals 1,000 words?
The old saying, 1,000 words is a picture is worth 1,000 words.
That's what I was trying to say.
Sorry.
So how long have you been doing this?
We've been in business about 8 years doing photo booths. I think this is our probably 6th or 7th year here at the Tacoma Wedding Expo.
Yeah, well, we certainly appreciate that. You've been here with the whole evolution of photo booths as it started several years ago, didn't it?
Yes. When we first started, I think there was 2 of us in the show, and now there's two every row. So it's fun to watch what people their take on photo booths.
So for people who are listening that don't know what a photo booth is, big square thing that you used to put $1 in and kind of sneak inside and kiss and take photos and whatever, but now it's evolved to so much more.
It has. Now we have a big rolling square thing. We have a Volkswagen van.
Oh, that's right, the big red van.
So we actually roll the van into an event space, and people get into it like the old photo booth and take a picture, and we make printouts. But everything from vans to the black boxes and freestanding kiosks. There's all kinds of styles out there.
So what is the most effective, or what's the best thing if you're a bride looking to get a photo booth? How do you kind of make that decision which one you want?
I think a great way to do it is actually come to the Tacoma Wedding Expo and check them all out, because there is every variety that's out there is here today.
But you've obviously made your decision with how you want to represent yourself. Why did you choose that format?
The van?
The van, or even some of the other ones that you have that are the columns?
We, way back when, we started with the freestanding kiosk because we felt that you could get more people into the booth. And it was just, there really wasn't any freestanding kiosks at the time. It was really just a sit-down booth, and it was just the way to be different. And it definitely it took off, and we had a lot of people commenting at the beginning, like, "Well, where's the walls? What's this?" And I think there was some resistance on the freestanding kiosk, but now if you look at it, almost everyone has gone to a freestanding kiosk structure.
It actually makes a lot more sense than I would have thought years ago when I first saw it. You can just take a whole crowd.
Yeah. So, in a wedding, we can get the whole wedding party in there and, 14 people in there and stand them up and get a picture, and the wedding dress doesn't get screwed up.
So you also have the technology where it posts immediately to all the social media, right?
Yeah, we do have, we're actually showing that off this weekend. We do have a Instagram booth. And it's very popular in weddings now that everyone has an Instagram hashtag.
Right.
And so now we have the ability to allow the people to become their own booths. And anybody with a Instagram app on their phone can walk around the picture, take pictures. And then we have the ability to watch that hashtag feed and make prints on site.
So you must have some great stories of hashtag names.
I actually don't. I mean, I see them, but I don't really pay attention because I have so many in my mind.
What do most couples use? Just their name and their wedding date?
Yeah, it's usually the name and the wedding date because it's hard to find a unique hashtag now. So you use your name in some manner that works.
So are brides still using, of course, Instagram? They're using Facebook. Is Facebook still out there?
I think Facebook's out there, but it's definitely pushed towards Instagram. And
Pinterest still involved?
I don't see too much Pinterest, but I personally don't do too much Pinterest. But actually, I can tell when a bride has been influenced by Pinterest because their designs are coming from everywhere. And
it's so funny to me that brides don't want to do what their girlfriend did. They always want to do something unique and different, and I want to be different than my girlfriend's wedding last year. But here's my Pinterest board with all the examples of what everybody else did.
Exactly.
I've always gotten a kick out of that.
Exactly. I had a wedding 2 years ago, and she was the Pinterest bride overload, where she had every different kind of design and gizmo going on at her wedding. There was just this crazy mismatch of stuff. It was interesting to see.
It's interesting to me that brides will have Instagram up until about 30 years old, and then all the guests that are on Facebook are over 35.
That's
you
right.
can always kind of tell what group they're in.
That's right.
So what's the newest thing coming in? I mean, where do you see photo booths and photography going in the near future?
What I'm actually doing now is trying to go back to my photographic roots and create photographic sets. So basically, it's a built set at the party. So it's a studio set that still acts like a photo booth.
Well, that'd be kind of cool. So you can kind of green screen it?
No, it'd be a live booth. So,
okay.
For instance, we did one last year at the Lil Cellars in Woodinville, and we actually used their wedding cellar as the backdrop. So we lit it like a beautiful set and had an individual photo session with these guests that came in.
And then they come in and they do whatever they do for their posing.
Yep.
But everything's got the same backdrop.
Yes.
Oh, that's very cool.
But we're making it within the environment.
Right.
So that's where we're going to push it. We're pushing a lot of brides. We've actually booked 3 other weddings this year with that format.
I've always wondered, with brides hiring photo booths and photo booth services as much as they are, does that put a little crimp on the photography business? Is that affecting photographers themselves to be more creative?
I don't think with the higher-end photographers, most of them do not want to deal with the photo booth aspect. they'll offer it, but that means they have to bring in another assistant.
Right.
They're not really prepared. And what I hear from my colleagues who are, I consider on the upper end of the wedding business, they just don't have time to deal with a photo booth. So they will, give us their clients when.
So
when
there
they want
still
photos.
is the need of an individual wedding photographer, comes in, shoots the family stills and the candids.
Oh.
And then you have the guests and the party in the photo booth later.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Well, it's been great talking to you today. I would invite everybody to come in the front door and turn left to the big red van. It's
Can't
a
miss
sight
us.
to see. Or on Instagram. I guess you could just have them go look at Instagram.
You can go on to Instagram or Twitter and hashtag Tacoma Wedding Expo and see all kinds of fun stuff going on.
You are leading the pack on the social media contest we have.
We are trying.
Yeah, we have a contest right now for $100 cash and a free booth at the next year's show. You have to post more and get more votes on all the different social media handles. Last year you destroyed it. Absolutely owned it.
We want to go for two, a repeat.
A repeat. All right. Well, we'll see you. The expo will be running today until 4, and then Sunday from 11 to 4. Discount tickets are at bridesclub.com. Come down to the Dome. And I have a nice friend who's going to talk to us about food and everything pretty. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Good morning. I'm Autumn Gressett with Pacific Grill Events and Catering. I'm the on-staff wedding planner and catering sales manager.
So this is Pacific Grill, the restaurant.
Correct.
And you also do catering then, like on-site.
Correct. On-site, off-site, we do all sorts of venues throughout the entire South Sound.
So weddings, birthday parties, corporate parties.
Whatever you need food for, you name it, we do it.
So does the great food at the restaurant translate to the catering on-site?
It does. If you've ever been to Pacific Grill and you've had Gordon's Famous drumsticks or anything, same thing over at the catering.
Wow. So events range from 50 people to how big?
We do as small as 10 people all the
Okay.
way up to 1,000. It just depends on the time of year and what aspect you need.
So weddings, talk to me about all the decor. You guys have an incredible looking booth.
Well, thank you. Event design is kind of something we specialize in, as well as catering. We take our clients from start to finish. We help with event design, planning, decor. We help use our local vendors that we've made relationships with and source those for our clients, kind of make their wedding day easy and relaxing, which is what it should be.
So if somebody's planning a wedding, like we're at the wedding show today, they would come by and they'd make an appointment with you, or how does this work?
Correct. They make an appointment with me. I do all the weddings for Pacific Grill, and then we sit down and we just start talking visions and ideas, and we create their dream wedding from start to finish.
So are you a huge advocate of Pinterest?
Yes and no.
No.
Pinterest.
No.
Pinterest is no. I like to have my clients tell me descriptive words, and we start talking that way. Pinterest is the DIY of the wedding world.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we like to kind of take a more elegant approach to it.
So for our listeners, wedding professionals don't always like Pinterest because there's this huge gap between what people can see in fantasy and what they can really actually afford in real life.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Pinterest makes a $20,000 wedding, for instance, look like it can cost $2,000.
Right.
And it creates such a big dream for somebody. We like to be realistic and look at things that are still gorgeous and beautiful and are part of your dream and vision, but yeah, are realistic for the everyday bride.
So since you brought up finances, talk to me a little bit. The average wedding holds about 100 to 150 guests on average.
Correct.
What kind of price ranges? Obviously, there's so many determining factors.
Right.
But what kind of price ranges could a bride or a mother of the bride look at when coming to Pacific Grill?
Like you said, there's a huge range depending on where the wedding is taking place. All of the other decor and design elements that they're looking for. But on average, a bride is looking to spend between $80 to $120 for each guest. And that's
So for
inclusive.
like a plate?
Yeah,
If
per
you look
person.
at it like a per person, okay.
And that's inclusive of all your taxes and gratuities and everything. But I like to be realistic with our brides that that's usually where they end up is between 80 and 120.
It's always interesting to me. Obviously, you're married. I'm married. We go out to dinner on Friday nights. Well, we go out on Wednesdays probably.
So do
We're
we.
working on Friday. But people don't think anything about spending $100 on dinner for two, right?
Right.
Glass of wine, they're up to $200. Maybe a good bottle of wine. No big deal.
Exactly.
But you talk about a wedding and you talk about a plated meal being $80 a person, and they get this look like they've been offended.
It shocks a lot of people, and I try and use those analogies just like you go out on Wednesday night and it doesn't bat an eye and you compare restaurant pricing.
Right.
The biggest thing that's different between the restaurant pricing and a caterer, and even with us, is you get a really personalized service with Pacific Grill Events and Catering. You have staff that are attentive to you that are, I mean, and the food is amazing. It's like you're going out to Pacific Grill, but you have a personalized service at your wedding. And usually once you get through those, it's easier to see how that 80 to 120 comes about.
And it's interesting, too, that a lot of things that make your customer service so flawless, people don't see because they only see what happens if they don't hire the right company.
Right.
So the timing, a warm meal, having it be plated and served as opposed to going through like a buffet.
Correct.
Really, people don't understand. And yet when it's done well, it's perfect.
Exactly.
When it's done poorly, it's terrible.
Well, yeah, and we have a great team. Our executive chef goes above and beyond to make sure that things like that, timing and warmthness of food, are happening to a T. So
what are some of our favorite meals that you see in the Puget Sound when you're going out on site? What are brides ordering for their perfect day?
Oh my goodness, this year it is steak and salmon. Salmon, hands down, that's what everybody wants this year because it is tender and moist and flaky when it comes out of our kitchen.
I've done weddings for 30 years, and I have never had a bad salmon. I can't tell you how, over the years, you think things come and go.
Right.
It's still salmon, and it's just as good on the next day as it is any other day.
Well, we live in the Pacific Northwest. It's fresh. That's what people want. And you can go out and have a steak any night. A lot of people don't get that salmon, that fresh salmon, all the time.
So you've got steak and salmon. What other kind of garnishments do they have, or what else?
This winter, we've been doing a lot of squash medleys. In the summertime, we stick to asparagus. That's really fresh and seasonal then. And then they go really light with rice pilaf most of the time, brown rice pilaf.
And do most guests really eat a full meal?
They do. Our plates usually come back empty.
I've always been amazed how hungry people are on a good Saturday afternoon.
Well, and then the dancing comes after. It takes them a minute. They got to kind of digest all the food first.
One time, several years ago, it was really popular to have a signature cocktail.
Uh-huh.
Are you still finding that to be true?
No, because they don't sell as quickly. So many guests are so diverse. I mean, from Scotch water to a Cosmo, that our brides and grooms are seeing that when they do a signature drink, they sell 2 of them. So it almost was a waste for them. We stick to creating a full bar menu and then having signature aspects that guests can add to drinks. So if it's a blackberry vodka, that you can mix with whatever they'd like.
So you carry a full bar when you go out?
Mm-hmm, we do.
Okay. And most people drink quite well at a wedding, I hear.
Yes, they do. That's probably one of the more popular items of the night.
I can imagine. What does a bar tab look like for a guest of 150 people? What would be a range to give some people some ideas?
If you're looking to host your bar, typically you're looking at about $25 to $30 per guest. That's giving them about 3 to 4 drinks, depending on what they're drinking. And that usually, being that you're having a 4-hour wedding, that's 1 drink per hour. And a lot of guests are fairly reasonable throughout the evening, and that's kind of what they stick to.
I find most people usually are pretty good.
Yeah.
The brides typically ask us, I'm sure you get this, do I really pay for all their drinks, or do I just provide beer and wine?
Yeah.
Do I, how far do I take it?
Uh-huh.
And what advice do you give them?
My advice is every wedding is individualized, and it really comes down to budget and what the most important aspects are. What I usually do with my brides is we create a budget, we create the things that they want to have, and then just like when you're buying a home, we figure out how those things rank, and then we just go from there. Not every wedding is fitting to have a full open bar, and that's okay. It just kind of depends on the client.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You can look up all of their contact information at bridesclub.com, but why don't you give us the website?
PacificGrillTacoma.com or PacificGrillWeddings.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram.
There you go. Or just come down to the Tacoma Wedding Expo. We'll be here till Friday. We'll be here till 4 o'clock today, and then all day tomorrow from 11 to 4. And we have our final guest this afternoon, Sara. Tell us a little bit about who you're with and why it's so fun.
I'm here representing Young Living Essential Oils. I'm helping people get started using essential oils in their daily life for things that we all experience, with help sleeping, with help for more energy, just general vitality and well-being. So Young Living Essential Oils help support wellness.
So the name of the company is Young Living.
Young Living.
Young Living. And for those who don't quite understand what we're talking about oil, like secreted oil from plants and various different things.
It's a high concentration of the naturally occurring oil that all plants contain.
And you've got how many different kinds of oils?
Young Living has over 200 different oils, both singles and blends.
Some people really know a lot about oil. Some people don't. It is fascinating at the show to watch people react to this. Mm-hmm. But like you said, sleeping, weight loss, depression. What are some of the other common things that people can work with oil?
We use the essential oils a lot to help support our immune system, especially, I keep saying especially this time of year, but it seems like this time of year rolls into the next time of year, which
kind
is
of like my cold last
right.
year that you totally saved.
Right. It seems to be a year-round thing that we all need immune support, so that's a real common one. Exercise is another one. We all get achy, sore muscles after we exercise, so the thing about Young Living essential oils is that they can be applied topically or diffused, and they work very quickly because the oils are working on a cellular level in our body. We're not just masking issues, we're actually helping our body perform its natural function of restoring itself.
What I didn't realize when we first ran into each other and we're talking about this is how this gets digested by your body. Like
Yes.
it will basically replace what's not there.
Right.
So it kind of helps you boost to that next level.
Right.
I always thought it was more like a Band-Aid that kind of added to something. It's been fascinating as we've played with oils and gotten to know each other. I mean, my 14-year-old son loves his diffuser. He can't get enough of it. After football practice and after various different things that he does, snowboarding or a cough or a cold, man, he just goes straight to his diffuser and he knows exactly what to do.
Yeah, that's great. You know, the reason that the oils work so well and so quickly for us is that on a cellular level, plants and humans are made up very similarly. So the naturally occurring oil in plants that was put there as a protection for plants work very similarly in our body.
So for people who have never sat down and talked oil, do you book a consultation? I mean, how does this work?
Sure, absolutely. I'm totally on Facebook. I'm also available via email or by my phone. I love coffee oil dates where we can just sit and even if you don't drink coffee, you can have whatever you want to drink. And I love to put oils on people. So whatever it is that may be going on with you, I like to get a little on you. And that's what we do here at the show, too. I was just talking to my friend Rachel James, who's here with me, and we noticed that other vendors around us are kind of staring at us because we always have a big crowd around our table. And the oils really draw people in. People want to feel good.
It's hilarious because, once again, when we started doing this a couple of years ago, I didn't really totally understand how all this worked, but I've always had a problem falling asleep. So now I'm actually traveling around with my little oil. Every night I put a little bit on my arm, and, man, it's like time for bed. It's perfect.
Lights out, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm fascinated how people can take care of this through chemicals or pills or prescription, or you just put a little bit of this on and it's like I am done.
The Young Living essential oils, there is chemistry behind them, so they are chemicals,
right,
but they're not toxic. So they contain therapeutic constituents or properties, and we refer to them as smart oils. So just getting them on your skin in a proactive way rather than a reactive way, which is what most of us are used to doing. We just react to what's going on with us. By just proactively putting oils on our body, they're actually helping us on a cellular level in our body, things that we may not even know are going on. So I stayed in a hotel last night too, and we brought our diffuser and loaded it up with oils before bedtime and then this morning too.
So what are some of the, I guess, why would people not be so open to using oil? They haven't done it before. They haven't had a consultation. What are some of the things that you can help knock down by saying oils do this or they're really good for you because of this that people may just not believe?
Well, to begin with, there are a lot of different companies out there on the market, a lot of different qualities of essential oils. You can buy essential oils in, your corner super supplements or even grocery store nowadays. So I think many people have tried essential oils, but they haven't worked for them, and so they've just kind of chalked it up to this thing that doesn't work. But I'd say over 90% of the oils that are on the market, especially through a grocery store type place like that, are just a perfume grade, Brad. They don't actually help us in a therapeutic way. The process in which they're made either was damaging to the therapeutic constituents of the oil, or they're actually there are synthetics in the oil. So synthetics in the oil, they smell nice, and it may smell similar to something that we offer, but they don't actually help our body the same way that a pure therapeutic grade essential oil does. So I think for the most part, people have either tried them and chalked them up to not working, but because they didn't have a good quality, or they just simply don't understand how they work. Many people just believe that they're aromatherapy, and their take on what aromatherapy is really just something that smells good. And Young Living essential oils do smell good, and they can help and get to a center of our brain that no other like site or anything anything can do for us. It's just that sense of smell that can get to that area of our brain. But people just think they smell good, but they actually do so much more than just smell good. So especially if we get them on our skin.
Well, I know one of the great things is the book that you have. That's kind of the answer book. That if you're dealing with this kind of a problem, or if you have this kind of an issue going on in your body, you just look it up and you put the combination of this oil and that oil. I couldn't believe how many different ailments do people have that are in this book?
Who knows? There's an absolute
Hundreds.
there's a ton in there. We do provide reference material for people that we help get started, and a big thing that we offer that does come with your premium starter kit, which is what we help people get started with here at the show, is you get me with your membership. So you get a live human being to consult with, and that's really the steepest learning curve of the oils, is really learning how to use them. And so I always tell people here at the show that I don't sell individual bottles of oils, because everyone with Young Living can have their own wholesale membership and get a discount. My passion is not to sell bottles of oil. My passion really is to help people change their lives. And so I want to plug you in with your own wholesale membership, and then I want to be your consultant. So you come to me and ask for help. And
how does this work, and how does that work?
Yeah.
Well,
So
I
you
know
have a
our
guide.
family's dealt with this. I mean, you've helped us tremendously. I think Heather owns probably 200 different bottles of oil. That she's got the whole collection. But I've also heard that one of the great things about Young Living is the fact that you grow your own. Was it plants?
Plant material, yep.
Yeah, you actually grow it all.
Yeah, so the essential oil industry as a whole is not highly regulated, which means that people can put the words pure and therapeutic on a bottle, and all that has to be essential oil is just 10% of whatever's in that bottle, which is a little bit scary because the rest can be synthetics or who knows, and it doesn't have to be labeled on the bottle. The big difference with Young Living is that Young Living, they do own their own farms around the world and grow their own plant material. And what they provide is the transparency to see that what they're creating is actually pure and therapeutic with no synthetics. So I've been to 6 of their farms so far and actually gotten to help plant plants, harvest plants, and distill essential oil. And I may have rolled around in a few piles of ylang-ylang flowers in Ecuador before.
Well, that's cool. So one more time, your website is?
You can just contact me actually via email at Sara, it's Sarah, Leanne, Leann, Lee, Lee at gmail.com, or you can just call me or send me a text. My number is 206-999-9629.
Perfect. Or we go to bridesclub.com, where we have information on the Wedding Expo all day today until 4, and tomorrow from 11 to 4, bridesclub.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening today. You're listening to Viva ENT. We're at the Tacoma Dome today till 4 o'clock, and we'll be here tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. You're listening to Viva ENT. Johnny the Capo, Becka Page, Brad the Guru of Weddings Buckles. We'll dig you now and see you later, because you are fine, sweet potato.